Welcome back. Teen drivers lack the experience older drivers have behind the wheel. And when you add distractions, see for yourself. In this dash cam video, a teenage driver is distracted, talking to her friend in the passenger seat.
Oh, that was my phone.
New research from AAA shows just how dangerous it can be when teens are driving with other teens. The death rate jumps to 56% for people in the other vehicles, 45% for the teen driver, and 17% for pedestrians and cyclists.
We know that teens are more likely to engage in risky behavior. They are often more likely to speed, they're more likely to interact with their cell phones.
AAA spokesperson Jennifer Ryan says that's why parents need to set a good example while they're driving and discuss the dangers of distracted driving with their teens.
We also encourage parents and teens to set what's called a parent-teen driving agreement. It's a contract between a parent and a teen, and they develop it together, and they set out what the rules are for their family and then the consequences if the rules are broken.
Ryan has a daughter who just received her learner's permit. 16-year-old Natalie says when she's a passenger and another teen is behind the wheel, she follows the rules her mom laid out.
Before we got in the car, I made sure that my friend knew to put her phone away. Everyone knew to put on their seatbelts. We didn't blast any music.
AAA recommends once teens have a license, parents limit passengers to just one other teen for the first 6 months of driving. And we want to talk a little bit more about teens and distracted driving. Our guest now, Robert Heidrich from the Georgia Georgia Governor's Office of Highway Safety. Yes. It's a mouthful. Yes. I would imagine, though, that you would say teen distracted driving really plays a role in a lot of the wrecks we see the teens having.
Well, statistically, teens 15 through 19 are a larger proportion of distracted driving crashes than any other age group. And in 2017, there were 3,116 distracted driving fatality crashes, and it continues to be a problem, and a problem that we're working to teach people on why they need to put their phones down when they're driving.
Problem is, a lot of the teens feel they're invincible. It's not going to happen to them.
That's the thing, not only for teens, but drivers of all ages. You know, we have the hands-free law, and everyone says it's a great law. Everybody should put their phones down, but I'm that one driver that I'm the one that can call, I'm the one that can text, and they don't realize that when you're just talking on your phone, you're 4 times likely to be in a crash, and if you're texting, it goes up to 23 times greater of being in a crash. And we're not bulletproof, and we just try to let everybody know, you keep pressing your luck, it will run out, and we don't want that. And we're working to reduce crashes and injuries and deaths on our roadways, and a good way to do that is to get everybody to understand when they're behind the wheel, to give the road their full attention.
I think the older you get too, you notice you can't do as many multitasking things as you used to be able to do. I know if I'm trying to get directions and follow the directions and then somebody wants to talk, I can't do all of that.
We all think we can multitask. We all think that we can eat, that we can groom, comb our hair, apply makeup, that we can talk to people in our vehicle. Those are all distractions. Of course, the big thing that is the most thing that distracts you the longest from driving is an electronic device, a phone. And just understand that when you're behind the wheel of a car, you've got one job, and that is to keep that vehicle within your lanes of traffic and keep it safe, because when you leave that lane of traffic, it endangers your life and the lives of others on the road.
You told me something neat off camera about a new app, the Shepherd Center.
Yeah, our office a couple of years ago, we've funded a grant with the Shepherd Center. They have developed an app. It's called Auto Coach, and it's for parents, and it's an app that you can download, and it kind of guides you through the process of teaching your teen driver the ins and outs of driving. It also documents the hours that they need when they have their operator's permit or learner's permit, so that when they show that they have the hours of training on the road, that when they want to go get their license to where they can drive without having a licensed driver who's an adult in the car with them.
You think 16's early for kids to be able to start driving?
I think that 16, personally, we at the Governor's Office of Highway Safety, we don't, offer opinions on issues like that. What's important is that we won't encourage parents to be involved with their driving. Not only when your child gets that operator's permit, but understand that when your children are riding in the vehicle with them, hopefully if they're under 8, they're in the approved child passenger seat, which the law requires, but they're watching you. And when they see you driving and you're texting and you're not wearing your seatbelt, when they're driving, what do you think they're going to do? They're going to learn from you. So be the role model for your child by doing what you would want them to do when you hand them the keys and they go out on the road when they become of age to drive.
I think some very great points. Thank you so much for joining us to talk about that.
Thank you.
And we want to thank all of our guests for joining us this morning. We'd love for you to join in on the conversation, or if you have a topic you'd like to see us cover, let us know. Send an email to publicaffairs@cbs46.com. And be sure to like us on Facebook. Have a terrific week, everybody.